I'm Jess, and today I'm going to do a series review for the Under the Never Sky trilogy, and I just finished Into the Still Blue about an hour ago maybe, and I loved this series, and I realised I hadn't done a book review for Under the Never Sky when I read that, and I can't really remember a hell of a lot from it, but I remember enough to do a review. So yeah, I'm going to start with this one because then I can tell you the plot synopsis. So basically this is a post-apocalyptic novel set after a event called the Unity. During the Unity, there started to be these storms that are called ethers, and when these storms became almost impossible to live outside through them, they created these things called pods with virtual reality and stuff like that. But not everybody can live in them, so they have to choose people to live in them and then people to live outside. And it's set thousands of years after this. But the ancestors of the people in the pods are living in the pods, and the ancestors of the people that got left outside now have enhanced senses because of the ether storms and because of general evolution. It follows a girl from the pods called Aria, who something happens at the beginning of the book that makes her get kicked out of the pod and into the arms of an outsider named Peregrine, or Perry, and it's just so good. It starts out when Perry and Aria really just hate each other and they're on at each other all the time, and he thinks she's stupid because she doesn't know anything about the outside, and he teaches her about everything to do with the outside, and like she wears books for feet, and she wears books for shoes, and it's just really, really good. It's so good, but I can't remember how much of it. And I think my favourite character in this series, apart from Aria and Perry, is Raw. God, who? It's like in the Shatter Me books, it's like Kenji, but Rose kind of plays the Kenji role in this series, and I've never read a series where the main two love interests hate each other so much at the beginning of the book and love each other so much at the end of the book. So next we move on to Through the Evernight. This is the second book in the Under the Never Sky trilogy, and it has a lot of drama in it. So it picks off pretty the winter's gone by, so about 4 months after the end of Under the Never Sky, and it picks up with Perry and Aria coming back to each other, and it's so good. So much action happens in this one. I gave every single book in this series 5 out of 5 stars, and I loved it so much. I think I only finished it a week ago, and I think this one and Into the Still Blue are kind of blurring together because I finished them so close to each other. But basically Perry is now Bloodlord and has the responsibilities towards his tribe, but when his tribe won't accept Aria as a part of the tribe, he kind of is torn between whether he should go with Aria wherever she's gonna go or stick with his tribe. And I loved all the Aria and Raw moments. Not that there's a love interest thing there, but the fact that they're just so funny together. Like, they make comments at each other and they make each other feel better. And every time Raw was upset, I'd just get upset. I really didn't like it. And it's just so good. So good, this series. I really loved it. I loved it. I think I loved this one a little less. Maybe, I can't really remember. But I think I loved this one a little less than Under the Never Sky, but not a lot, because it didn't like lose a star because of it or anything. So the last book in the series is Into the Still Blue, and this was just a great conclusion to the series, and it's just amazing how I do think the ending though was a little bit rushed, because something has to happen before the end, and you know that this thing has to happen, so it's either going to happen or main characters are going to die and stuff, and so I was waiting for this thing to happen, and it starts to happen about 20 pages from the end. I just thought, she's going to end it when the thing happens and not give us any after this happened, this is what happened. I'm not making any sense, but I'm trying not to spoil, so. But yeah, it did do really well with still having a proper ending. Like, even after the thing had happened, there was more after that. It was just a bit quick, but I really, really enjoyed the entire series. They were so good that I just think, oh, I just love it so much. There's so many layers to it. It's just lovely, and I loved it. I love that they all had their extra senses, like, Arya is an Ord, which is, Arya and Roar are both Ords, which is when they've got extra sense of hearing, and Roar can like hear people's thoughts if they're touching him. And Perry is a Skyer, which is a heightened sense of smell, and also a Seer, which is heightened sense of eyesight. And it's just so interesting. I really, really enjoyed it. So that's my series review for the Under the Never Sky trilogy, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.